Welcome everyone to my podcast where I'm talking about the PhD and the PhD process. So, today I have with me Tanya Puri. She has recently completed her PhD at with the Malviya Center for Peace Research, and her PhD was in the space of gender and marketing and gender and advertising. And I'll let her talk about that more in a little bit. Um, she's currently working as a content writer and as well as developing her own business. And again, we'll come back to that later. So, Tanya, welcome and thank you so much for doing this podcast interview with me.
Thank you so much. That's my privilege. Like when you mailed me, I wanted to have a podcast with you, and then I saw your podcast with Samprikta as well. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm this kind of a girl who likes lights. Yeah.
Every woman needs to be lit up. And
Yes.
one of the things that, as you may recall, during your when we crossed paths in MCPR, my tone was always like, well, why should we have men in the world anyway? Because
Yes, I
I
remember.
am very much a feminist. I'm currently and always now, since Samprita introduced me about 1 year ago to Rokhaya Shakawat's work on in Sultana's Dream, I am infatuated with her and wanting to know more about this idea of how women can be the leaders in society. And I think one of the things that we as women need to do is to prop up one another, to support one another, to promote one another, to listen to each other's voices and uplift those voices. And today, that's your voice.
Yeah, you know what? I feel that there are many girls who still women, even women, girls, female, whatever you want to like throw names on it. They do not know about the concept of sisterhood. I have been taken down by the women itself all the time, all the time,
Yeah.
most of the time. It's not men. Because the the person who supported me, like I was not that much good in studies. I was an average student. I was bad in English. My pronunciations were very,
Oh,
very much mistaken. Yeah,
see that.
there was a time at that time. So there was a guy, a friend of mine. He supported me a lot. He just pushed me. No, you have interest in this. No, you have interest in that. None of my girlfriends have done this with me. None of them. They used to like, I am a person, we will come back to this as well when I'll be relating my story and my future dreams for my products. I'm going
Yeah.
to connect it with this. But I am a person who has been bullied a lot by women,
Wow.
mostly women,
Wow.
because of my color, because when I grew up, I loved makeup. So I got comments like, "Oh God, Tanya, why you want to use makeup a lot?" I love makeup. I don't know, but I love makeup.
That's your prerogative, and we should love each woman for whom she is,
Yes.
because that shows that diversity, that shows the acceptance, and furthermore that really shows that we are, like you said, a sangha of yoginis in this sisterhood.
True.
And as you know, my research is on yoginis, so, and the sangha, so it's I'm always going to come back to that. But speaking of that, tell us about your research. Why do you feel that gender is an important issue in marketing, in advertisement? Why do you think it's
Yes.
important to reflect on gender in that
Because
space?
because what I have studied, what I have researched, I think advertisement is all around male gaze. What men wants to see. I mean, if you go through the research, the tobacco eaters are mostly men.
Okay.
75% of the population of tobacco eaters are men.
Okay.
Okay. But when you see the packaging of that tobacco,
Yeah.
I won't be naming any brand. I don't want you to get stuck with any copyright issues or anything like that. And I am just working on my advertising thing. So if you see the packaging of those tobaccos, there are women.
Oh,
Why?
really? Okay.
Yeah, they are women. And then they are showing in the television advertisements. You can just see that a very like I would use that word, that a very sexy women in a very lusty outfit. A woman is
Huh.
showed like an object, and she gets attracted to a man who is eating that tobacco or drinking that alcohol that has been distributed as a water. Men will be men with the tagline itself. So why? Now, now this also explains the inequality between the genders. I mean, why this is how like women are being more employed in these advertisements, and they are being, their body is being, their face is being objectified
I
for
see.
these products.
I see. Do you see that there's the vice versa also exists for products that women are the primary consumers? Maybe we can talk about makeup, since that's also
Mm-hmm.
a field of your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Do you find that advertisements are geared towards men buying those products and what men want to see and how do
Yes,
you,
yes,
yeah,
yes, 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 obviously. I mean, uh, if you see an ad of Fair and Lovely, I'll name this time Fair and Lovely. I am envy of Fair and Lovely. I just hate it. When it comes to skin
yeah,
lightening, when it comes to Fair and Lovely, fairness products, I am envy. I mean, you can see the anxious and anger in my eyes, in my tone. So when the advertisement is shown, she is dull, her color is bit dull, she's dusky. No,
mhm,
dull, I mean, why I am using this word? So she's dusky like me, okay? So she's dusky. Oh God, she's not getting a job, she's not getting a guy, her boss is just pissed off with her. She started using Fair and Lovely, and there is a like skin lightening transitions
process,
in
yeah,
between
yeah.
passes. Now she gets a good job, she gets a beautiful men,
Wow, wow.
handsome men,
Again,
and now
that's
she's getting promotion day by day, and everywhere she's just flipping off her hairs and like, oh my God. So why do people, I mean, why women do makeup? Just to impress men? No, I don't do that. I do it on a regular basis for myself because
okay.
I love it.
It's really crazy that these products are being geared towards a hegemonic relationship between in the color scheme that is so prevalent in India and towards the patriarchal hegemony.
Yes, I've heard saying people, why are you doing makeup? Why are you getting ready this much? No guys coming over there. No, I don't want to impress anyone. I have one whom
You
I've
want to do it for your,
impressed.
yeah,
I
there's,
want to look good. I
yeah,
feel confident in it.
yeah,
Maybe it is my insecurity. Maybe this societal trauma has made me that insecure that I feel, oh, I will not look beautiful or I will not look good when I'm not doing makeup. This is my insecurity.
yeah. But
Maybe.
by the way, you look gorgeous today. I love the colors and yeah, I love
Thank
your
you.
hair. So, what were your findings? You've spoken a little bit, but in your dissertation research, what was your question and your research questions, and what was the outcome of your findings?
So my research question was like mainly it was about objectifying women body. I mean, how they are portrayed. And
Mm,
the second question was that is this advertising industry is so much dominated by patriarchal norms? Is it so? And then another question was ki, there are a lot of women involved in these advertisements. I mean, how did they see this? In what way?
yes, very interesting. The
And
women
then
who
the
portray those roles in the
who are
yeah,
working, like who are writing the scripts,
yeah.
who are designing them. And what is making these advertisers to like make these kind of an ad from such a long time and still they are doing this? What is their marketing strategy when it comes to this? And then the question was racism. I mean, why white is beautiful? Is this what colonies decided to like throw on us, or is it us? It is our insecurity or our misogyny, and or this is the male ego that is very fragile that makes it all about men.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
And then, is there any development that is going on? Is there any
Oh,
ad that is doing
have you found anything, any advertisements that have over time changed their persona, changed the way that
yes,
they portray women?
yes. I would rather say not advertisement interest in the not advertisement industries itself, but the actors and models. If you see, there are many models and many famous actresses who have decided not to do any advertisement campaign that revolves around beauty, like the set beauty
Oh,
standards. There
okay.
are many actors. I would name them, like Priyanka Chopra. Everyone knows it. Everyone know who is she.
Worldwide,
Yeah. So
worldwide.
yes, Shushmita Sen. Then there is a there's a actress. She's more famous in like not too commercial ones, but she is beautiful. Radhika Apte. She just questions all the beauty standards set by the industry itself, by the society norms, the moral fabric. So yeah, they have decided not to choose. And then there's Chitrangna Sen, who is now doing an advertisement for a lens card.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's so showing that yeah, female and models can wear specs and still look beautiful. And
Beautiful.
there are some ads that are doing justice to women, like the ad of Surf Excel, like Daag Achhe Hain. They're a boy and a girl, two kids. They are two kids. Two kids are shown that a mother is telling her daughter, "You wash the clothes," and she's like, "Why should I only do that?" Then she tells her son also, "No, you also has to work. You will also going to wash these clothes." And there is a Biba ad, Biba Kurti brand, like ethnic wear ad. I don't know you have seen it or not. That's very, they have a pretty gorgeous kurta variety, ethnic
I
wear.
know the company. I don't know the, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
but
the
they have
ad.
it.
Tell us more
Yeah,
about the ad.
yeah. So in that ad, the whole scenario is about Diwali, and there is a girl, a female child, and she asks her father that I want to go out. My friends wants to see me. I mean, we are planning a get together, and then he sees the watch, and it's 8 p.m. And then he's like, oh, and then he enters, and then there is son comes, and he says, I am going out. I'm going to have now. See the girl over there, the girl child, the daughter is asking for a permission, seeking permission. She's seeking permission, but the guy, the son, a son, he is just telling that, oh, I'm leaving, and
He's much
then
more
his
assertive.
father, like he is like, okay, that's my right. I can go out, but the girl, daughter is seeking permission. Then the father, he again sees the watch. This was the whole scene. And then the father says, have you seen the time? Where do you want to go? And then you can see a daughter is removing her earrings. She feels that her father is talking to her. But then the irony and the suspense comes out. He tells his son, "You are not going out. What if you rapes a woman? What if you met with an accident? Is it a time to go out? No, you are not going." And then he tells his daughter, "You can go out and just leave him wherever you want to go." So that was a very, very
Wow, to bring up
transitioning
these very,
advertisement.
these very poignant issues and saying, oh, wow, what if you end up harming women?
Yes,
I don't
that's
want to
what.
let the men out in society. I mean, this is what I was telling you about Rokaya Sakawat. She says, why do we let menaces out into society? He says
So
this,
that's what his husband,
that's what
his
father
father
said
says.
also. Amazing.
And then he tells her daughter as well, go take him with you and just see he doesn't do anything wrong. Just teach him a good lessons if he does.
Keep your eye on him because I can't trust him.
Yes, yes. But what happens in our society, like in Indian society? I mean, I have been told that, oh, your brother is going with you. Take care of him.
Hmm.
Take care of her. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah,
Take
take
care
care
of.
of her.
Hmm.
So he will watch over you, but
Yeah, he's a
in this
protector.
advertisement, the opposite is happening. That
Yes.
we as women, you have to look after the men and make sure that they are trained well. Make sure
Yes.
that they become ideal citizens of our society. Oh, that's amazing. I would
Yeah.
like to see that. Maybe later you can share me the link to watch that.
Yes, sure, sure, sure.
Um,
So there
great.
are.
Yeah, and I've actually seen, I think there's a jewelry company, if I'm not mistaken, is it Tanish, that every year tries to showcase, okay, um, you may be a widowed or a divorced woman, but you can still live your life fully. You can still buy yourself jewelry. You can still, and you can get married again if you want. It's all up
Yes.
to you. And if you want to have, and it's about. I think they also bring in the idea of color and show
Yes.
that color doesn't really matter
And
when
religion as well.
and they would bring in religious diversity as
Yes,
well.
they tried, but
And so there are some slowly the society
gradual.
is
Yeah.
that in terms of advertising, it's slowly gearing and
Yeah. This is
it's a,
subtle. Yeah,
yeah,
that's subtle.
and it's not going to
Still
be
subtle.
overnight. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless we do what Rokaya Sakawat says.
Sorry?
Unless we move into Ladyland like Rokaya Sakawat. While you were in the process of writing your dissertation, what were the tools that you used? Did you use any specific, now we're getting into an age of AI. Did you use any AI or other software to support your work?
I have used for my infographics thing, like I have involved many infographics, tables, charts. So I have used Canva, and there is an application called that's a free application. Canva still needs subscription, but there's a free applications. I mean, any research scholar should use that for their infographics and their data interpretation is called Napkin AI.
Napkin,
Napkin
right? Okay,
AI. Yeah,
okay,
that's a
yeah,
wonderful application. You just give him a command, whatever your, uh, I mean, whatever thing you wants to be in a good, likable and presentable form, just give it your instruction and it will going to produce in a second.
great,
Yeah.
great. I think
Yes.
I may like to look into this. I recently submitted a something which I did on it was a figure that I created myself about
Mm-hmm.
Devi Mahatmyam, actually Durga Shaptashri,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
and I wasn't able to do justice to my idea through Canva. Of course, it's also because of my own skills, but I think I'll look
Yeah.
into napkin.ai.
NAPKIN.ai, Napkin AI.
Yeah, okay,
That's an
great,
amazing application. That's
great,
free and that's amazing. I just love that applications. I mean, yes. And then
okay,
I've also used Grammarly because I feel that there are some problems with my grammars. So
okay.
yeah, once I'm writing it down, typing it down, and then I used to check that like I have inbuilt a Grammarly app inside my laptop, in my laptop itself, and I used to check my grammar in that.
Yeah, it's especially hard when you're doing research. What I've noticed is, or when you're writing, what I've noticed is that sometimes I move from past to present tense to uh, present continuous and past continuous. And sometimes I don't realize that this is what I'm doing because I'm just trying to write put
Yes.
my thoughts out. And then it's really nice when there's something like Grammarly to take a look at that. And like you
Yeah.
said, it now comes in built into a lot of our software.
Yes.
So great. So since you are a graduate, a PhD holder from my own department, Malviya Center for Peace Research, what advice do you have to people like me who are currently in the process of writing and working on our dissertation, doing the field research? Myself, as you mentioned before, Samprikta, and there's a plethora of other people out there, Aditya, uh, Siddharth, and so forth. What advice do you have to us who are in your department?
What I would say that whatever things you think, whatever comes in in your mind while you are thinking about your thesis, write it down. Like keep a register of it. Keep a register of everything. Like any accountant keeps a register of everything. You keep a register about everything you want to talk about, you want to write about, even a word. Like if I see a word, okay, for an example, anthology and anthropology, what is the difference between them? So that was it was just came out in a conversation. I wrote it down. Like, okay, I want to know, write it down, keep a register. This will going to help a lot.
Okay. Okay.
Register every thought.
And then once we've used those particular thoughts or ideas, do you think it's okay to kind of remove them from for example, what I normally do is I might type something up in a Google Doc, or maybe I'll write something on a piece of paper or in a journal or in a book that I'm reading. And do you think that it's important to place all of that into one space, or is it
Yes, it makes, and everybody should do that. That makes it quite easy. And what another thing I want to tell you, that once you read an article, like you have read an article, you kept it in your downloads. Okay, you have downloaded it.
yeah?
If peaceful, you read it, just shift that. Keep your downloading folder empty, please.
I see. Yeah, I think I'm guilty of doing the opposite. That I keep adding stuff and I don't necessarily, even if I've read it, I don't move it out and I don't categorize it. I don't organize it into a folder. And I think that becomes a big part. It's something that we learn in the PhD process, that you
Yes,
have to have everything organized.
that was the thing I learned after so long when I was just in a mess. I was in a mess. Like, why? Why the hell this download folder looks like this?
Why can't
Why?
I?
I don't need this. I need this, but I cannot find this.
You can't find
So
it. Yeah,
that time you have anxiety. I mean, I am a big time anxiety phobic person. I have a problem. I have a problem. I'm like, I'm very clumsy. So it became very difficult for me.
yeah. I think this is something I'm going to have to really focus on and spend time on. Maybe it's even more time than the actual writing is the organizing, the
Yes. I
downloading
mean,
the files, researching and finding what the articles are and the books are, fine, and then downloading them, organizing them,
yes.
reading
Right.
and writing.
Yes. Whatever comes in your mind, you see there's a line, you feel like, okay, this is touched. Maybe it is not useful for your thesis, I mean, exactly to your thesis. Just write it down. Maybe it
Okay,
will go into you later.
it'll click somewhere later. Personally, I use Zotero,
Mhm.
and some people use Mendeley. Have you used either of these? Do you suggest either of them? And now I know, Samprita actually suggested to me to get Atlas. And do you know about any of these?
I know about Zotero. That's it. Yes.
Do you
For referencing, yes, I have used that.
for referencing, as in to ensure that the citation is done correctly? When was your
Yes,
convocation?
yes.
In
Yes,
December,
December. Yes, yes. It's been how many months? I mean, 5 months.
four or
Four
five,
months?
4 months? Okay.
I completed it in November.
What is the process? So after the synopsis presentation, what's the next step? Is the pre-submission?
Yes.
And what do you do in the pre-submission?
Actually, the pre-submission is a thing that, okay, you are ready with your thoughts, you are ready with your thesis. It just needs little bit of edits, and you are good to go to like give your thesis, submit your thesis.
Okay,
It's like that. So you are going to tell that now you are into your findings. You
I see.
know what
Okay,
is the result.
that
You are
we've
not in a hypothetical world now. Yes.
got
You
it.
are,
Okay.
you know.
So we've completed everything at that point.
Yes, mostly everything.
Submit your 200 or 300 pages.
Yes. But what I did, I completed my thesis during my pre-submission, before my pre-submission. I gave my pre-submission and my thesis was ready. It only needed some edits.
Got it. Got it.
So my first edit was out before my pre-submission. I mean, some Prikta news.
Great. So you submit, you do the pre-submission with your full 200 or 300 pages.
Yes.
Is that when you give the bound copy, or you just give an unbound copy to your? You don't do.
Yeah, that was only just to let my professor know that okay, I'm done.
I'm
This
done.
is my first edit,
Yeah, and they
my
will come
first
back
draft.
to, they'll come back to you with the edits, anything else required,
Yes.
and just your guide. You just submit it to your guide, not to the committee.
Yes. Yes. No,
Okay.
none of them.
Okay. And then what, you get your feedback and you take another 2 months to incorporate the feedback? 1 month,
Yes.
2 months, maybe plus or minus?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Yes. And then I got some suggestions that to add some of the I've added 7 chapters. So they told me that this seventh chapter do not need it, isn't needed at all over here. So you can just need to like
you can,
adjust it anywhere else. So you
I
don't
see,
need,
move it into other
yeah,
places.
move it into
3 months down the line, you're done with all of those, the feedback and the edits, and then you print out your full,
thesis.
and, and you submit it, what, 3 copies or 5 copies?
5 copies. Three
5 copies.
copies to the office, one for my department, and one for me.
One for yourself, one for the
Yes.
department, one for the guide, and 2 for the other
Two
committee
for the
members.
central office. Yes, for the central office itself.
2 for the central office, and that goes out to the other committee members.
Yes.
Nice. And then does one copy end up in the central library as well at BHU?
Yes.
Okay,
You
so the
can find
central,
them. Yeah.
okay,
They are at the thesis sections.
got it, okay,
But
great.
now everything is so easy. Nobody will going to search that thesis inside the thesis section. They're going to search it on
Oh yeah,
Showtime.
it's online, it's online,
Nobody is going there.
yeah, yeah. And then another 4 to 6 months later, you have your Viva presentation.
Yes.
And your committee members may question you on any part that needs, but really it's your guide who needs to give you the final, yes, you're ready, print this out, submit it completely.
Yes.
Cool.
But the role of our external professor is very important. I mean, your professor, your supervisor will not going to question you in the Viva. He will going to what to say, defend you.
Yes, okay, okay,
Yeah, he will going to defend you. He has no right to question you. That's what I came to know in my Viva. That okay, you are her professor, you cannot question her. I'll question her. You should
oh,
defend.
okay,
It's like that. Like the one,
wonderful,
like Professor Matthew was there for
yes,
my. So yeah, he was an amazing man. He was very
yeah,
academically sharp. He gave me some amazing reviews, and I am now incorporating those in my thesis.
I
I mean, like,
see, so which you can then print, you can publish in articles or in journals or in,
yeah.
as a book or anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yes.
You're kind of,
Yeah.
after you finish your Viva presentation, you are officially a PhD. You are no
Yes.
longer, you are no longer with the department.
Yes.
And then it's just a matter of, the convocation happens every December, so you choose to come to the convocation.
Yes. And I got my degree. Okay, I'm Dr. Puri now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
congratulations.
it
It's
feels,
nice to hear.
when I get back to my office after like getting my degree, everyone was like, Dr. Puri, Dr. Puri. I'm like, "Good. I am flattered. I'm
It's
happy.
it's a long process and it's a lot of work. So congratulations. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and I didn't had a background of advertisement. So it's been a very difficult task for me. And everybody was like, no, Tanya, you won't be able to do it because you know nothing about advertisement. So I
Okay,
did, yeah. Hmm. So
that's
I did 1 year diploma in advertisement as well.
okay.
So
Okay.
that nobody questions this.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's amazing. Did you do
Mhm.
that at BHU as well?
No, no, I did it from outside. Like,
Okay,
I went to Sweden. I chose advertising, mass communication and advertising as one of my 15 credits of paper.
okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
In Sweden,
Yes. I
or
got Linus Palm Fellowship from the department itself,
which university?
Karlstad University.
Karlstad. Okay, excellent.
Yes. That
Um,
was an amazing experience to me.
so
That holds a lot of place in my heart.
it's been about 5 or 6 months now. What have you been doing since graduating, since you received your commencement?
Yeah, okay. So I was working with an advertising firm before as well, like before
Okay,
submitting my thesis. After I joined this job, after I gave my thesis, I submitted my thesis and then I joined a job as an internship, part-time internship. And then this company offered me a job for a content writing thing. So I'm writing for them. So at that point of time, I got an opportunity to work with a well-known cosmetic line brand. I
okay,
used to write for them, and then they called me to their factory and everything, the manufacturing unit. I saw everything, and then I really enjoyed it. But they were that company was on contract with my company. So
okay,
then the contract got over. The work over there, over, completed. My work was done over there. And then I was shifted to another project. But that touched my heart. I'm like, okay, now I know what I can do, right? So I decided that, okay, the advertising thing I am doing for someone else, I can do it for myself also.
okay.
So I
So
decided, okay, I'll come up with my brand.
tell
But
us more about the brand.
yes. So I did some of my research. I attended some of the online classes, some in-hand experiences, in-hand workshops, and decided to, yeah, now I'm good to go.
Yeah, tell us more about your own products. I'm
So
excited
yeah,
to hear about your business.
yes. So now I'm going to connect it with my bullying thing from my school. I told you that I was bullied and everything like that before.
Yeah.
So I really want, and my skin is very sensitive. So I'm
Okay.
allergic to everything. I mean, it takes a lot for me to see what suits me or not because my skin just reacts with everything.
Wow.
Thing.
Okay.
Most of the chemicals, most of the even organic things as well, sometimes. So people are like, okay, organic, but then I'm going to turn the ingredient and it has sulfate in it. This is not organic. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
So I decided that I'll make a product that is 100% organic, that is made from the raw materials our country, my garden has.
Oh, amazing.
I have a small garden, like terrace garden.
Okay, great. Yeah.
So yeah,
You'd be surprised how little we need to make a product and all of us can do it. Like I make my own kajal now. I realized that, I'm burning something and the kajal is coming. So I should collect it. And I just started just saying, okay, I'll just get a little pencil or a little brush and just make a little line. And I find that, yeah, I have my own haldi, so I make my own haldi powder and I use it for facials or even my whole
Yeah,
um,
yes,
you
that's
don't need
how it works.
space. You don't need a lot of space.
Then I decided to like go forward with a soap bar, handmade soap bar. So I made some samples of aloe vera. I have 10 SKUs. Yes, that's aloe vera, neem, turmeric, and lemongrass, sadabahar, hibiscus, and then that's a prajita, many flowers. Yeah, I dry it down, and then there are some, like I am using some oil pressed essential oils for cold press soaps.
Nice,
Would be
nice.
luxurious, so that I have already tried these soap. Like I shared it with my family. I'm using that
Yes.
for me, my husband, my extended family. Everybody is using it now because I want to see how it reacts to them or me. I mean,
How
to
people,
different
different
people
skin
from
types.
different texture. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
And then
Wonderful.
I'm thinking, yes. So I will be giving some samples to you.
Thank
And
you.
there are people, yes, that would be
Thank
a
you very much.
sample for you.
Um,
Yes.
yeah, and
So
this
I
way
want to see
I
what
learn.
it reacts to you. I mean,
Yeah,
do
I
you like it or not?
You know what, Tanya? I would love if sometime, and maybe we can wrap up. I'll ask you one more question after this, but I think I've been telling people I want to learn how to use my garden and plant things in a way that I can reap the benefits by, okay, I get things, I make body products. I make bath and body products. I can make teas and in things for the house. Maybe I can make some paints out of like some colors for doing rangoli and making, and I really want to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
It would be amazing if I'm planning to talk to you, and let's sit down when I'm
Yeah,
in
sure,
Banaras.
sure.
This
Anytime,
would be
anytime,
great.
sure. Whenever you are in Varanasi, let me know. Just let me know. I am in
Yeah,
Varanasi right now.
yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
because I'm working on this.
Um,
So I decided that my packaging would be biodegradable.
Excellent, excellent. That's one of the things that I really cringe when I see organic products being packaged in non-biodegradable
What is the
materials.
use of
What's
this?
the
This
purpose? I'm just
is
so
organic.
that's what really got me thinking I must start making these things on my own.
Yeah.
Like, let me not buy Brahmi tablets.
Mm-hmm.
It may be organic India, but what am I going to do with that bottle afterwards? It goes into a landfill and it's going to take forever to biodegrade.
Yeah,
Instead, and not to say that I love organic India products, of course, but if I make the same, if I use the Brahmi that grows in my garden, then
you,
I can make my own version of the tablet. And
I have Giloy plant that is
oh,
good for your throat. Yes, and I have tomato. I have a plant of tomato, green chili, lemon, tulsi, like basil leaves. So I have one soap bar of basil leaf as well.
Tulsi. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Great. I'm gonna come to your house and see your garden.
Yes,
Um,
and my mother-in-law is the one who like organized everything because she is so much into these things. And once she has heard that I want to like, hello,
Great.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Hello.
I think there's a lot to be said about people from previous generations. Um, like as you may know, I live in a senior retirement community in
Mm-hmm.
Coimbatore, outside of Coimbatore, in a
Mm-hmm.
village area, and everyone here knows about different products. Just the other day, I was going to a nursery, and one of the ladies, and she's not even that old; she's probably 60, and she said to me, "Oh, you can make this is how you can make this facial product. You can make a facial pack with this. You can do this with aloe vera." And I was like, oh, you know so much. I can't take in all this information at once. Tell me one thing, I'll implement one thing at a time. And yeah, but it'd be
So,
amazing it is amazing to learn from people of other generations because they have so much knowledge of how things were done and maybe how things can be in the future. And we can grow that in the present.
but I want to extend it in
Yeah,
future.
yeah.
Yeah.
Into
So yeah,
other
because
products.
My major problem is colorism. Colorism. I want to remove this colorism. I will never gonna implement anything that is skin lightening.
Hmm. Hmm.
Neither I use nor I'm going to suggest anybody that, oh,
Yeah. No, every color is beautiful.
because I have been very much shattered and struggled a lot because of my color. Yeah. So I want to tell people that make it natural. I mean, even natural things can make you more beautiful.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I'm really excited for how you're taking your research forward through your own business. I think this is something very unique. A lot
Mhm.
of times, people are doing a PhD just to get a job and to
Mm,
work in a corporate world or to work in the academia. And you're taking your research and personalizing it and saying, hey, I'm going to make the products that are going to promote everybody, promote
yes,
equality. So
yes.
thank you
I
very much.
have many future plans for this.
Any last thoughts that you want to share?
I think if you're doing a research, when we come to research, always do research on the things you want to do because that would make a, I mean, that would enlit a fire inside you, flame inside you that, okay, I wanted to do this only. I was so much into advertising and makeup and skincare that I chose advertisement. And now that this is helping me a lot, at least.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Tanya, and I look forward to seeing you in Benares soon.
Let me know whenever you are.
Perfect.
Thank you.